Alrighty then. Shall we try to figure out all the mysteries here? I think we should go back to the island for now. We need to be able to pick up substances somehow.
Hello again, Mr. Poirot. How can I help you?
I have a few matters to discuss only. What can you tell me of hotel guest movements this morning?
Well, let's see. Mr. Lane came across on the sea tractor fairly early this morning, about 8 I'd say, and set off on foot across the moor. He hasn't come back yet. Major Barry picked up his car, thanks again for repairing it, and drove off to Kingsbridge just before 10. Say, 10 minutes of... Major Black came in from sailing not too long ago and headed for the Monk's Head. I've seen no one else except the police and Dr. Needston coming and going. Colonel Weston went back to the police station, I think.
Do you know Mr. North?
The day tripper gent with the binoculars?
That is he.
Haven't seen him today at all, but he has no trouble wading across the causeway on his own.
He has been visiting Seadrift Island often?
Every now and again over the past few months. Anything else I can help you with, Mr. Poirot? You did a bang-up job on that motor of Major Barry's.
Do you have the handle of the winch used for the raising and lowering of the sails?
No, but I can probably track one down for you. Come back later this afternoon.
Let's see if Major Barry's at Monk's Hood, actually, now that he commented on that, because he might be there now. Just because Jenks said it.
Hello, Poirot. Seems like the old place isn't so dull anymore.
No, it is not. Proceed with care, Hastings. We have need of Monsieur Blatt's assistance.
Righto.
I believe you have lost the life ring buoy from your sailboat?
How did you know that?
I have found it. Your boat is called the Parsimony, is it not?
Why, yes, she is. A little joke of my competitors in the business world.
Hardware, was it? Do not press him, Hastings.
That's right. Listen, that boy's no good to me anymore. It was damaged in a storm. I've been trying to find another without much success. I even tried to beat Bagby at darts for the boy and his war, but I couldn't do it.
Where were you from 11:15 and 20 of 12 this morning?
Easy. I put out in my yawl about 9, then spent the morning zipping up and down the bay. Just got back a few minutes after 1 and heard the news about the murder. Ghastly business.
Could you see Cutter's Cove from your boat?
Well, yes. I suppose I could have, but I wasn't looking, I'm afraid.
Can you shed any light on the murder?
If I was looking for a suspect, I couldn't rule out that Mrs. Redfern. Jealousy, you know, led to trouble before this.
Yes, unfortunately, Madame Marshall was strangled by someone with powerful hands. That does not suggest Madame Redfern. Hastings, do you therefore rule out all women as suspects?
Of course. No woman would have the strength.
We will speak more of this in a moment. Perhaps I will try a game of the darts.
Good luck. He's the best player I've ever seen.
Okay, I do recall from when I played before that you have to do something to the dartboard or to the darts or something to be able to win the boy, to win at darts, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
Fancy a game, sir? Care to make a gentleman's wager?
I will play you for that life ring buoy on your wall.
Buoy.
Oh, very well. But it's worth 10 quid. Is it a bet?
£10 for a boy? That's highway robbery.
Only if he wins, Hastings.
10 quid against the boy. You throw first.
I don't think we can win this.
Oh, I say, that was first rate.
Oh, we did. Never mind. We didn't have to do anything about the darts. Poirot magically knows how to play darts now. Huh. Well, apparently I don't remember anything of this game. Though, I have an idea about, like, who the murderer is and all that stuff, but, I mean, at this point, I might be totally wrong.
I'm afraid I need some time to myself.
Guess you lost. Wait, where's the boy? Oh, wait, oh, we have it, that's why I can't find it. Lol.
I have obtained the life ring buoy.
So that's mighty nice of you, Poirot. Anything I could do for you in return?
Do you have the compass I might borrow?
Well, I guess I could let you use my compass. Not much use for it sailing around Lethercombe Bay. Mind you, return it though.
Do you have the winch handle I might borrow?
Winch handle? From my sailboat? Not bloody likely. How would I haul my sails up and down? If you'll excuse me, Poirot, I have some business to attend to. Don't worry, I'll be around the hotel if you need me.
Poirot, do you think a woman could have strangled Elena?
In 1926 was the first woman to swim the English Channel. I believe she could strangle you with ease, especially if you asked such a nonsensical question.
Thank you.
Then we should put all the women on the island to the test. Somehow.
Very well.
Should you just put everyone on the island to the test? Squeeze me. Okay, island time then. Island time.
Like a ride to the island?
Yes, please.
Let's be off then. What a lot of police going back and forth. I guess it's true then. Murder's been done. I heard it was that actress lady, Arlena Stewart, who died. Good to have that Colonel Weston in charge. He'll soon get to the bottom of things. And I brought over Dr. Neasden as well. He does the autopsies at the hospital in Kingsbridge. Hard to believe that such a thing could happen here. I don't think there's been a death on the island since Tom Cutter was hung 3 centuries ago.
Could be true. Let's see, what are we doing now? We have a compass and we have the bottle of bath salts.
I'm not really in the mood to talk at the moment.
Alright, wait, what was the other thing we were gonna do here? Compass. There we go, compass. We will now go down into the tunnel there and orient ourselves. Whatever I should call it.
This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder.
I presume he means through here then. That's fine. Because now we have the compass, so now he can walk around.
From the Smuggler's End pub via the tunnel, it is 28 minutes.
Yeah, this is Cutter's Cove. Yep.
Hello, another compass. This wasn't here before. And it's smashed. No good at all anymore.
A stroke of luck, that. It will make things easier in the end.
Let's see here. This should be... Yup.
This is a useful point to measure the time it takes to reach Cutter's Cove, the spot that will be the scene of the murder. From the monastery ruins to Cutter's Cove via the tunnel, it is 11 minutes. And that, my friend, should be the last timing we need to determine how much time would be needed for any of our suspects to reach Cutter's Cove. Of course, they must also make their way from the scene of the crime as well.
True. Yeah, so now we're out here again. Can we still not open this?
Tightly locked. And the door may be ancient.
No. Not the master key. Okay. You have to find and test people. Here's one people. There's one person.
Hello, Monsieur Poirot. I'm sorry. I know I should have stayed at the hotel, but I had to get away.
It is of no matter, mademoiselle. I knew I should find you here. May I ask the questions?
Yes.
Can you tell me how you spent the morning?
After breakfast, I came here to Sanctuary Cove with Christine, Mrs. Redfern.
When was that?
We started off from my room just before the half hour, 10:25.
What did you do when you got here?
I swam, then sunbathed, while Christine sketched the gully moors. Then later I went back in for a bathe, and Christine went back to the hotel to get changed for tennis.
Did you like your stepmother, mademoiselle?
Oh yes, Arlena was kind to me.
Did your father and your stepmother ever quarrel?
Oh no, Father doesn't quarrel with people. He's not like that at all.
Have you any idea who might have wanted to kill your stepmother?
Well, I hate to say it, but Mrs. Redfern might want to. Her husband was in love with Arlena after all. Not that I think she would really want to kill her. I mean, she'd just feel that she wished she was dead. Monsieur Poirot, that isn't the same thing at all, is it?
No, it is not at all the same. What time was it that Mrs. Redfern left you?
11:45.
Are you sure of that time?
Oh yes, she asked me. She didn't want to miss her tennis game. I looked at my watch. It was 11:45. It keeps very good time. I know I can't show you now. I left it in my room when I changed after bathing.
When did you return to the hotel?
Just about 1 o'clock. And then I heard about Arlena.
You filled a prescription for your stepmother today?
What? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Just a while ago. Trinol.
And where is the Trinol now?
I put it in her room. There are evil people in the world. They need to be punished. But Mrs. Redfern isn't evil. I don't want her to get into trouble. She loves her husband, that's all. Don't you think?
I think she loves him very much. Oui, mademoiselle.
Look here, Poirot. There are quite a few more things we should be asking her. She clearly wasn't telling the truth about her feelings for Arlena, or about her father and Arlena never fighting.
Hastings, that is a very troubled child. I think it would be very unwise to press her. Besides, there is still more we need to discover about the events at Miss Potter's school for the young ladies.
Poirot is so kind as well. Like he's like good with people. she doesn't have all these weird prejudices. Yo, those things. Oh, okay.
Afternoon, Mr. Poirot. Terrible thing, this murder. I hope you get to the bottom of it. Need a little stimulation to help you think? Choose from the menu if you like.
I say, some tasty concoctions here, Poirot.
Absinthe flip. Absinthe concrete. Lemon juice, egg, sugar. Brandy Alexander. Gin fizz. Mae West. Old fashioned. Planter's punch. Sidecar vodka. I recognize Planter's punch.
Sorry, sir. All out of dark rum and grenadine, I'm afraid. Blame George. It's his favourite drink.
There we go.
Allow me the contribution.
Dark rum. I can certainly use this. Thank you, sir.
I say, some tasty concoctions here, Poirot.
Sorry, sir. All out of dark rum and grenadine, I'm afraid. Blame George. It's his favourite drink.
Allow me the contribution.
Cough syrup? I can't serve cough syrup to my customers.
I say, some tasty concoctions here, Poirot.
Sorry, sir. All out of dark...
Allow me the contribution.
Cough syrup?
Oh.
I say.
Okay, so we have to make grenadine. There we go.
Afternoon, Mr. Poirot.
I say.
Sorry, sir. All out of dark rum and grenadine, I'm afraid. Blame George. It's his favourite drink.
Allow me the contribution.
Grenadine? I can't imagine where you found it, but thank you, sir. This will do nicely. I can now make Planter's punch again.
Had that dark rum the entire
you go.
game.
Messy.
Almost. Alright, now George can dive and get that stuff for us.
Planter's punch. This will do nicely. Thank you, sir. That certainly restored my nerves wonderfully. Now then, you had a bit of diving you wanted me to do. No luck yet, sir, but I'll have another go. This it, sir. Just a small glass bottle.
Probably is. Let's see what we got there. It is difficult to determine what this bottle once contained. Well, I think we will manage because we are going to make use of that. I want to do things in my inventory. I think we need this.
Pardon, Hastings.
Not what I meant to do anyways. Okay. Chemistry lab. Here we go. Back to Leathercoombe Bay.
Hello? Need the sea tractor, do you?
Yes, please?
On me way. Is it true Mrs. Castle has seen U-boats off the island? I suppose it must be. She spends hours up in the tower at the hotel. The invasion must be near then, just as they say in all the papers. Colonel Weston has the Home Guard on the alert.
Alright. Go do some chemistry here.
The bottle thrown from the balcony, it contained artificial suntan.
Alright. There are still more substances for us to test, apparently. Okay. Alright. Apparently we have... I have missed things in hotel rooms. Elena's room, Linda's room, and actually Rosamund Darnley's room. I just presumed there wouldn't be nothing there, but actually the entire person of Rosamund Darnley is in there. So what?
Like a ride to the island?
Yes, please.
Let's be off then.
I missed an entire person.
I have a theory about the murder. What if it wasn't murder at all? Suicide. I know what you're thinking. I know it's difficult to commit suicide by self-strangulation. But what if Miss Stewart was choking on something like a chunk of apple or something?
Okay. You know what? It's actually gonna be a lot faster to just go up the stairs here. Let's see here. Okay, let's go through Poirot's room. I see how I never walked here. Boom.
May I put to you some questions, mademoiselle?
Of course, I'll do anything I can to help.
Could you please tell me of your movements this morning?
I had breakfast shortly after 9, say 10 past. Then I collected my book, spoke with you in the lobby briefly, and went to read at the ledgers. That must have been about 25 past 10. I came back to the hotel about 10 minutes to 12, got my tennis racket and played until about 1.
From about 10:30 until 20 minutes of 12, you were at the ledges and never left there during that time?
Not entirely. At about 11, I went back to my room to fetch my sun hat. I saw Kenneth Marshall typing in his room.
Indeed? From the hall, perhaps? Or the balcony?
The hall. His door was slightly ajar.
Did you see Madame Marshall this morning?
No.
You did not see her as she paddled her float round to Cutter's Cove?
No, she must have gone before I got there.
Did you see anyone at all on a float or in a boat?
At the Ledgers? Possibly Mr. Blatt. At least I think it was his boat. It had a white sail, though.
You didn't see Monsieur Redfern and Mademoiselle Brewster when they rode past?
No, I don't think I did. You see, I was reading, only glancing up occasionally.
Did anyone pass you on the path?
I was on the lower ledge. Unless someone had called out to me, I doubt I would have noticed them.
You were, I think, acquainted with Captain Marshall?
He is an old family friend. We grew up next door to one another, although I had not seen him for a good many years. It must be nearly 12.
Were the Marshalls on good terms with one another?
On perfectly good terms, I should say.
Monsieur Marshall, he was very devoted to his wife?
Ken, Mr. Marshall, is rather old-fashioned. He hasn't got the modern habit of shouting matrimonial woes upon the housetop.
Did you like Madame Marshall?
No.
Why was that?
She was bored to death with women and showed it. On the other hand, men were a very different story.
Do you think her husband was aware of her interests in that line?
I think that he accepted his wife quite frankly for what she was. He had no illusions about her, but I could be wrong.
Do you know of anyone with a grudge against Madame Marshall?
Only wives, but since she was strangled, I presume that it was a man who killed her.
Mademoiselle, may I ask a favor of you?
You found my typewriter, Monsieur Poirot. I am in your debt.
What would you have me ask, Hastings?
See here, how much do you usually charge for a frock for a young lady? Could you compare some piece of fabric for me? Are you a strong swimmer? Compare some piece of fabric for me.
Could you compare some pieces of fabric for me?
I would be happy to. Fabric is something I know quite a bit about.
Merci. The perfect favor to ask. You are learning to exercise their little grey cells with great skill. It would seem the obvious request.
This cut piece is fine silk. From a lady's hat, I would say. The torn bit is rayon, inexpertly dyed. And this burnt piece is from the same rayon as the torn fabric.
Many thanks, mademoiselle. I thank you for your cooperation.
So they were not the same. Linda Marshall's room. There was something that we missed in the fireplace. Here. There we go. And then Arlena's room. Yeah. Her bathroom, rather. Ah, here.
Arlena Marshall's most delightful and expensive perfume. It is the same as that which we found in the cave.
Now I think we might want to go back to Leather Cumbre and the chemistry lab. Ah. Okay, so we missed Christine Redfern. Apparently she is on the other side of her room, so to speak. Wait, where are the Redferns? Oh. Wait a minute. They're in here, aren't they? No, I mean... What am I doing? What am I doing? I meant in here. There, Redfern's room. There we go, there she is. Alright. But, now we can talk to her before we...
You were right, Monsieur Poirot, weren't you?
Madame?
You asked me to have patience, and now Arlena has been removed from the picture.
Perhaps. But the manner of her removal is not something to celebrate, I think.
Oh, I'm not celebrating, I'm not that callous. But I do know that eventually that door will open, and it will be my husband standing there.
If you could give me an account of your movements this morning?
Of course. Let me see. On my way down to breakfast, I stopped in to see Linda Marshall and fixed up with her to go to Sanctuary Cove. That was about 9:40. After breakfast, I saw you in the lobby. I sketched that man for you at about 20 past 10.
Again, my thanks.
Then Linda and I set out for Sanctuary Cove.
What time was that?
I think it was just on 10:30.
What did you do at Sanctuary Cove?
I made some sketches of the birds, while Linda swam and sunbathed. Have you seen them walk, Monsieur Poirot? Quite reminded me.
Ha! We will not dwell upon the birds, madame, if you don't mind.
As you wish.
What time did you leave?
At 11:45. I was playing tennis at 12 with Miss Darnley, Mr. Marshall, and Mr. Gardner.
How did you know the time?
Linda had a watch. I asked her.
I see. And then?
I packed up my sketching things and went back to the hotel.
What was Mademoiselle Linda doing when you left the beach?
Oh, Linda went into the sea again.
Did Linda Marshall actually enter the sea before you left the beach?
Yes. Oh, yes, she ran down the beach. I heard her splashing in the waves as I climbed the path.
What happened after you went back to the hotel?
I changed into my tennis things and went to the tennis court where I met the others. We played 2 sets and were just going in when the news came about Mrs. Marshall.
How did you feel when you learned of Madame Marshall?
It was a horrible thing to happen.
Yes, but you were so very surprised?
I think I see what you mean. No, I was not perhaps surprised. Shocked, yes. But she was the kind of woman.
She was the kind of woman to whom such a thing might happen. Yes, madame. That is the truest and most significant thing that has been said to Poirot today.
Alright. Now this is where we'll end this episode. Ouch. Wow. The way I thought this had, like... This is screwing up with, what I think happened, what I would like to remember. I don't even know anymore. It's a surprise for everyone, apparently. Anyways, thank y'all very much for watching, and I'll see ya.